Check 1 2 1 2. We in the building once again. Tuesday night, AC Sports Live. I'm your man, AC. Let me share this real quick to the 1585 show page. Yes, Lord. Share this to the AC Sports Live page. Yes, Lord. I don't want to do a tour. I don't like tours. Just post it. Hallelujah. There we go. Quick show. I have an open mic tonight. If you want to join the show, my interview line is open. I'll put it in the chat for anybody that wants to jump on the show. Tonight's your night. Yes, Lord. Let's go over here. Share it right quick. Copy it. Alright, got that going. Let's see if I can see it in my notes. There it is. Let me post it. If you pop on, I'll put you on. It's as simple as that. Who wrote the book of love? Velvet. It's as simple as that. Let me put this in the comment section if it will allow me to. Alright, you hop on the show. There's my link. Trying out some new software. So if you would like to join me on the show, as the young folks say in the street, holla at your boy. Let me add my slate to the screen so I can see it, to believe it. Make it a little bit too big, smaller. All right, so the MLB All-Star Game. We'll talk about that. Holdbacks. I'm in a few sports talk groups and we're talking about transfers, talking about who's happy, who's musty, is not getting playing time. And it always comes back to the holdback conversation. So I'm going to touch on that. My 2 cents, I got a lot of them. Hardest villains. I'm watching Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus, and they show the scene where Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. I believe Ice Cube had a lyric. He was about as hard as Darth Vader. That's pretty hard. And my sports flicks. Rise. The Giannis Antetokounmpo story on Disney Plus. As you can see, I've been on Disney Plus a lot lately. Good show, quick show. 9:45 was the start time. Didn't start on time, so I might go till 10:15, 10:20. Half an hour show. Getting ready for the 1585 show this Friday. Got to get Jimmy Mack and myself back on the podcast platform. We've been off for a minute. I've been super busy, but we back. AC Sports Live. Here we go.
Hostile. I got a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted.
Make sure everything is working. Go to my page. Make sure it's on. Production value. Gotta do it. You You have to do it. Let me go to my page, make sure it's functioning properly. All right. Go to my page. Let me check out my feed. Ouch. Jonathan Mathis hitting him hard with the J-Lo post. Ouch. J-Lo got more rings than the Clippers. Ouch. All right. To the public, anybody? All right, that's working. Let's go. Let's see what we got here. 2 shares, 2 comments. All right, we're working. All right. Minimize. All right, so the All-Star game. MLB. The American League All-Stars beat the National League All-Stars. Well, how many times in a row is this? Stanton, Buxton combined for 882 feet back-to-back homers at the Ravine Dodger Stadium, leading the AL All-Stars to a 3-2 victory. Are you impressed? Are you excited? Or is it meh? It's the All-Star game. Meh. It's a big deal because it was in LA. Did it have any implications on the home team in the championship series? No, it didn't this year. They even changed the extra inning to a home run derby if they would have gone that far. And we were all pulling for the 3-3 tie. But the National League was not able to pull it out. Shohei Ohtani calls his shot and delivers. Let's see if it'll play. They won't allow me to play videos because we're live. Okay, they won't let me be great. Stanton pulls in the MVP. And if you watched it, you watched it. You missed it, I'm sure the highlights will be on SportsCenter all night long. It's the All-Star game. And then it comes to the question, who has the best All-Star game of the major sports? Baseball, hockey, football, basketball. I think it's clearly the basketball All-Star game for the NBA. The festivities. Now, the home run derby is always fun. But it's the All-Star game. It's hard to get super excited. Ray Domingo in the house. Gonzo got lit up. Dang it, man. Don't get lit up in the All-Star game, man. It's for the kids, man. It's for charity. Gonsolin didn't give up all the runs. He wouldn't care. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Come on, Gonzo. I was pulling for you to be the starter. And you do this to us? As they say, come on, man. I believe that was... What group was that? Come on, man. Deacon Hill in the house. I know Deacon Hill was in the Drew when the Kane was in the house. I was out of town on vacation, and I heard the Kane came to the Drew. And I believe the Drew League veteran himself, Stephen Aloysius Deacon Hill. Pretty sure. Don't forget the Drew League. We are on the map. ESPN, Skip, and Shannon, we have arrived. The Drew League never left. We just had that COVID. Had a little Pause in the action. The Drew League never left. This is where the West Coast NBA stars come to the Pro-Am and play at the Drew. I'm in a talk group. What is the Drew League? I said, what? You don't know what the Drew League is? That's only where the ballers of all ballers get their teeth cut. Pros, rappers, semi-pros, overseas players alike, and even weekend warrior old heads ball out in the Drew League. It's serious business, man. They not messing around down there. No excuse, just produce. That's the Drew League model. The Kang went down there, gave the kids a show. I think it's a good thing, man, when LeBron James comes to town and plays in the Drew. Remember Kobe Bryant played in the Drew and went out, him and James Harden put on the show? Ray D said, come on, the NBA All-Star Game is just as bad as the NFL. No defense, and it's not even competitive until the last minute. Okay, the Elam rules have made the NBA All-Star Game the best All-Star Game to me. The NFL Pro Bowl, I have not watched it since they stopped doing the fastest man competition and the skills competition, where the guys have on the cutoff shirt and the little stubby shorts, and they out there going hard, trying to get that extra money. When they weren't getting 15, 20 million a year, they had to make that money in the All-Star Game. Now guys are declining the All-Star Game. The NFL All-Star Game is trash. The NBA All-Star Game first 3 quarters is pretty bad. But the fourth quarter now, or actually the second quarter now, the Elam rules, I believe they start at a certain point and then they go to the end, and you have a chance to win if you can reach the certain number of points. So it becomes a pickup game, a game to 13, I believe a game to 17, whatever the numbers are. It has made the game super competitive at the end. At least we have that. I really wanted to see the MLB All-Star Game come to the extra inning home run derby to put some more stank on that. We didn't get our wish. We got 9 innings. AO wins again. Who cares? It no longer dictates or tells us who the home team will be in the MLB championship series. So it just came and went. I'm just glad the Dodgers are in first place, going into the All-Star break, playing good baseball, hitting the ball, pitching well. Kershaw's playing pretty well, having only went 8 innings perfect until the announcer jinxed it. Kershaw, perfect through 8. That's all you need to say. Next batter, base hit. It never fails, man. It never fails. Dick said the pride is gone from the NBA All-Star Game. Somebody need to tell Giannis that, because he don't care. That's why Giannis is creeping up to my favorite player in the NBA. I love Dame Lillard, and he just got paid. But one of the things he said recently, I believe it was a year ago or so, when they were asking him about pressure. Asking Dame about pressure. And this is what he had to say about pressure. He said, pressure. Nah. Fam, this is just playing ball. Pressure is the homeless man who doesn't know where his next meal is coming from. Pressure is the single mom who's trying to scuffle and pay the rent. We get paid a lot of money to play a game. Don't get me wrong, there are challenges, but to call it pressure is almost an insult to regular folks. Dame Dollar, with the greatest quote in NBA history. It's up for debate. Is this the greatest quote of all time? There's no pressure in basketball. It's just difficult situations. But pressure is taking care of what you need to take care of at home. I can dig it, Dame. Still my favorite player in the NBA. Giannis is creeping up number 2. Giannis is creeping up quickly. Ray said, Dame just became my favorite player after that. It's hard to not like a guy who's loyal to a franchise who will never win a championship while he's there. And he's getting paid handsomely. Don't get me wrong, he's a smart man. You don't turn down $60 million a year. Unlike, I believe we saw a baseball player turn down the biggest contract in the history of baseball. Do we not like Juan Soto? Turns down a 14-year extension from the DC Nationals. Young superstar Juan Soto turned down $440 million on a 14-year contract. Think about it, man. 14-year contract. If that ain't a lifetime contract. And how old is Soto? 14-year deal. I believe Mike Trout got a 10-year deal, and I believe who else has a 10-year deal? I want to say the guy who left the Phillies. No, who left? Well, you know who I'm talking about. The longevity and security. That's guaranteed money. Scott Boras is letting another one go. I just don't think he wants to play in DC. He's going to just dip. That's the kind of money where your wife wakes you up in the middle of the sleep. Like Rodney Peete said today on the radio. You don't turn down that kind of money. You sign that deal. Or his agent knows something we don't know. That this is going to be the going rate real soon. 14 years? The kid in San Diego got, 12 years? And he's already hurt. Ray says he'll get more. So we're talking about $500 million for one player. $500 million, $500 million. Bryce Harper, that's him. And who was the kid in San Diego? Shortstop, young, slender kid. Pujols got 10-year. Did they get that one chip under Pujols when Mike Solskjaer was the manager? Did they at least get a championship out of that 10 years? He ended up coming to the Dodgers at the end of his 10 years. That's a long time, man, to be tied up to one person. Just imagine if the Lakers had Westbrook for 10 years. Ba-dum-tsh. I'll be here all week, y'all. I'll be here all week. It's going down. Juan Soto, I expect to see him in free agency demanding $500 million for 12 years. Shorter time, more money. He ain't trying to be in DC no 14 years, man. Even though they won a championship recently. He ain't crazy. All right. So the All-Star game came and went. I'm in a few talk groups. Sports talk groups. Tatis Jr. Nope, not with the Angels. Yep. I don't even think, I think they need to give Mike Trout an opportunity to go win somewhere. It'd be a shame he spends his whole career with the Angels and not even come close to a pennant. Sport talk group talking about holdbacks. Are you for it or against it? Personally, I don't really care one way or the other. I think every student athlete is different. I think you got to do what's best for your kids. The situation right now all these kids And these different programs just started camp and they're not happy. They are promised playing time. They are promised starting roles. And then a transfer comes in. And he's supposed to be in the same grade as your kid. But he's a year older, maybe 2. So there's a big riff about who's older than the other. I don't think it's a big deal. Remember when we went to college back in the day? And if you didn't tear up the world in fall camp, you redshirted. You got a year back. You were a redshirt freshman, meaning you were a 19 or 20-year-old freshman, grown man. You can be a redshirt sophomore, 21, 22 years old, grown man. Like the BYU freshmen who go on their Mormon mission and come back grown men with a wife and kids. Grown men are a lot more mature than 18-year-old wet behind the ear true freshmen. There are true freshmen that go in the NCAAs and ball out. I played with a few: Jonathan Ogden, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, formerly known as Sharman Shah. First day on campus, the best players in their group. No doubt about it. We were red shirts. The rest of us were red shirts. Everybody else, red shirts. So holdbacks, what's the difference? A year, maybe 2. If your kid enrolls in high school as a 14-year-old freshman who's turning 15, I believe that's the normal age. If he's 15, turning 16, and he's in the 9th grade, he's gonna be mature, more mature than the other kids. Is that a disadvantage to the other kids? A little bit, but if your kid has it, they usually put the kid that has it up. Mellow Ball was an 8th grader playing varsity at Chino Hills. A lot of our holdbacks were played up through travel ball, whether it be basketball, football, baseball. You played up because you could. 13-year-olds playing with 15-year-olds, getting that year jump on his age group. Every kid is different. Every kid matures at his own pace. So families have to do what's best for their kid. So other parents, slow your roll on being mad, being upset because you didn't hold back your kid. Do what's best for you. Forget about what anybody is saying. Now, if he's too old, he's too old. I believe you can't play high school football if you're 19. Can't play high school football in California if you're 19. Ray said he played with the 26-year-old LeVar Ball at City College. Was he any better than the 23-year-old, 22-year-old, the 18-year-old? I hope a 26-year-old will be a lot more mature and stronger than an 18-year-old. There's a reason why 18-year-old kids aren't allowed to play in the NFL. Basketball, you can get away with it. But football is too dangerous for a grown 26-year-old man as big and strong as LeVar Ball playing as an 18-year-old kid. But you see it all the time. You see it at BYU, you see it at Utah. The student athletes who are Mormon, they go on their mission, come back 2 years later, they're still young in their time as a player. So are you against holdbacks? Are you for it? Or you think a parent should be able to do what's best for his child, even if you don't think it's fair to the student athletes who are in the right grade or right age group? Because I know before they went by grade, not age. AAU basketball, 16U gold versus 16U bronze is a big difference in talent level. If your team is really good at the age limit, 13U, they play 15U to play up 2 years. By the time they're at 15U, they're going to play 17U. And by the time they are 17 years old, they should be mature enough, skilled enough to dominate their age group. We played up in football. We played up if you can make the weight. We played by weight and age in the King Conference back in the day. Pee Wee football. Weight and age. Not grade, because a lot of kids flunked and they repeat the 6th grade, repeat the 7th grade. I don't have a problem with holdbacks. Me, I'm trying to get my kids out of my house as soon as possible. So academically, mines are doing well. Now, if there was a problem academically, I can totally see you need to hold back your student athlete because he's not going to make it. He's struggling academically. But if they're mature enough, academically strong enough, I don't see there's no reason to hold them back unless you want them to make it in sport. But you have to be honest with yourself, parents. You know if your kid has it. And it's more than them just being dominant in their grade at their school. I saw a post. A dad was posting about how good his son was at his inner city school. And he's saying that people are hating on him because he's a little bit chubby, but he can ball. And I posted, it doesn't really matter what us dads think or other coaches think from the other high schools that might be at a bigger program. All that really matters is the 250 plus Division I schools, one of them likes your kid. That's all you need. One scout to go back to his head coach and say, I got a gem. I got a star. He don't look the part. He looks like Tebow Samuel, but he's a monster. Check out his film. You only need one school. So this goes to the parents who are feeling some kind of way about how other dads and how other coaches around the way feel about your kid, personal kid. And I know it hurts when someone says your kid is trash. I've been there when my son was little playing basketball and the kids he's playing against thought he was going to be this skilled juggernaut because he was big, but then they found out he was not skilled as he could have been. He was learning and they called him trash, and he had to figure out, why am I being called trash? And that's what the kids call each other these days, trash, or we used to call you sorry, but they'll call you trash today. And I say, well, you do something about it. How do you not become trash? I love this little kid on Instagram. I believe his name is Jalen, and he goes to his dad. He's playing one-on-one with his brother, and he beats his big brother on a bucket. And he goes to his dad and he says, "Dad, is Noah trash?" And I just think it's the cutest thing in the world. Let me see if I can find it. Jalen. Everybody's named Jalen these days. It's called Jalen and Company. And if you ain't seen him, this little boy right here, I'm gonna give him some free puss. Free pub. This little boy right here is worth the follow. Jalen and Company on Instagram. Ready to go one-on-one versus anybody. I love this little boy. And he'll tell you straight up, you can't guard me, you're trash. How do you not be trash? Work on your game. Have a specialty. Don't be trash like Noah. Noah's not trash. I've seen Noah play. Noah gets buckets, but his baby brother called him trash because he gives him buckets at the house. NPR in the house, modern day's finest. I'm just used to the whole stuff now. Had to get used to it. Still weird seeing one of my freshmen drive themselves to school. 16-year-old driving himself to school. Because you got to be 16 to drive, right? 16-year-old driving. Mark Paul said he's holding back Mark Paul the third. Holding him back. The boy is already 5 feet tall. He's like 3 years old. And he's already going to hold him back to make sure he gets that extra year of maturity and dominance. And that's his prerogative. You have a plan for your kids. LeVar Ball had a plan for his kids. Mr. Holiday had a plan for his kids. Mr. Curry had a plan for his kids. Mr. Matthews had a plan for all them linebackers and linemen in his house. Whatever means it took to get them where they needed to go, that's what you do. Forget what people talking about. If you want to take your kid to Mater Dei, you want to take your kid to Bosco, that's on you. But understand the grass ain't always greener when you get there. It ain't always playing time when you get there. I'm glad my son is where he is. There's playing time. I coach there, so I'm not going to recruit nobody. I'm just saying there's playing time where my son plays. And we're getting better every day. Kids is rolling up, just signing up. I'm happy my nephew, Tyron Allison, has joined the team from Vegas. Center, nose tackle, just what we need. Some beef up front. I just need 2 more big boys to show up, and we're going to be in the house. We're going to be in the house. 16-year-old freshman. That's what you get. He's going to be a monster by the time he's a junior. Will he be able to play as a senior? I think you can't turn 19 before a certain date. I know we had that problem when I was in high school. We had a guy named Todd Day from Mississippi. He looked like Dak Prescott. We were at practice. This big kid with his huge arm showed up, and we all looked at each other. He was like 6'4", 215. He threw the ball 75, 80 yards. We were running deep balls. We was all happy at school. We saw him in the office. He was shaking his head. "What's up, man? What's going on?" He said, "Man, I can't play." We were like, "What? Why?" He said, "I'm about to turn 20. We were like, "Dang, 20? You ain't playing, bro. You a grown man. No wonder you can throw it 85 yards. You a grown man. We kids. I'm 16. Grown man stuff, man. So the holdback situation, it ain't gonna change. So don't worry about it. Don't cry over spilled milk. If your kid has it doesn't matter who they're going against. If they're 1 year older, 1 year younger, the only time your holdback should be an issue is if you have a quarterback and he's behind a kid that's older and in the same grade. And then your kid may not get a chance to play. But if he's a position player, linebacker, defensive back, receiver, tight end, there'll be playing time to be had. So you might want to stick it out and see what happens. Hey, case in point, Nico left Long Beach Poly, went back to Warren. What if Darius Curry would have went to Sarah? There would be no quarterback at Poly. I believe it's as petty. I don't know. We're going to have to ask Nick, the dad. I don't think we'll ever know the real, but I'm thinking we go back to Warren to help out baby bro, because Nico does not need to play. If I'm Nico, I'm not playing. I'm going to Peyton Watson. I'm not playing unless I need to play for us to win the championship. But if I have $8 million waiting on me, I'm not playing high school football unless my old line is just tremendous. I'm not going to get touched. If I play a Tom Brady type of offense where I'm not getting touched, okay, I'll play. This ain't passing league. People coming for his head. So they go back to Warren. Somebody on the street said it's petty. Something as petty as he didn't get his number, his jersey number. And my son did some research and was like, well, who has number 8 that won't give up their number to the number 1 quarterback in America? Some people say. I think he is better than Arch Manning myself. But somebody was like, yo, the reason why he couldn't get his number is because the other 5-star at Long Beach Poly, Dalen Austin, wears the same number. I said, maybe that's not it because he's a quarterback and Austin is a cornerback. They could both have the same number. Maybe he wanted to be the only one with the number. We'll never know until Nick tells us the truth. I don't really care. I hope they both have success. They will have success. Dalen going to LSU, Nico going to Tennessee. We'll be happy for them either way. Go get your money, man. There's money to be made in the SEC. Yeah, man. He was 20, Big Mark. 20 years old. All right, man. Moving on. Check it out. My 2 cents. All right, so I'm not sure if you guys seen these. I think I'm in the minority, I believe the Bengal white uniforms are the coldest uniforms in the NFL. Are you with me or against me? The Bengal whites. I think these are the coldest uniforms in the NFL. I don't know why. With that white Bengal helmet, with a white tiger feel. Just imagine if they brought out a white tiger for the pregame. A real white tiger comes out, and they got on their whites. I'm not a Bengal fan, but when they wear them whites, you know how fresh I would look in them whites? I went to the old school on that one. I would have orange gloves, orange cleats, orange mouthpiece, and a visor that changes colors from orange to green. Mike G in the house. You know how funky we were looking them Bengal whites? Yes, Lord. I believe they're gonna wear these more than just a Thursday night game, because the fan base has spoken. They like these. I like these. The white helmets on the white. I would wear their white helmets more often if I'm the Bengals. Them things are cold. I've always liked the Bengals helmets. Some people think they're trash. I think those are nice. I think those are some cold unis. Another alternate. Carolina Panthers going with the black helmets. With the panther on the side, fading in and out. Black on black crime. In this case, it's acceptable. It looked like Carson High, 1988. When Nkosi Littleton was playing middle backer with the 1-7 defense, the 1-7 defense. 3 DBs. And Nkosi in the middle, making all the tackles. 7 linemen, 1 backer. All blacks. Carson High, 1980, 85, 1988. Cold as ice. Saw this shirt. For my believers out there, I believe my buddy down in Jackson, Mississippi said this morning, I may start talking about Yeshua at any time. I might need this shirt. The way things are going in this day, I might need this shirt. I might have to get me this shirt. Why am I happy? Why am I not bothered by everything going on? Because I got Yeshua. All right. For all my believers in the house. All right. Get you that shirt. Madden 23. Edge rushers. Now I'm talking to my son because he's an edge rusher. Who are the top edge rushers according to Madden ratings? TJ Watt is the #1 edge rusher in the NFL. Do you believe it? You buying or you selling? Myles Garrett and TJ Watt, 99. And we know 99 is the highest rating you can get on Madden. Nick Bosa, Chandler Jones, Micah Parsons, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, on down the line. I need to watch more TJ Watt. I know what Myles Garrett can do. Myles Garrett can play outside and inside. Myles Garrett is a man. Nick Bosa is a man. Chandler Jones is a man. Micah Parsons is more of an outside backer hybrid, but he can make it happen. Look at the Chargers, yo. Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa in the top 10 on the same team. Bookend edge rushers. Quarterbacks beware. Quarterbacks beware. And then these are Madden ratings, man. This is Madden. Don't get your panties in a bunch. It's just Madden ratings. It's always interesting to see who they think is going to be the guy. Right now, it's TJ Watt and Myles Garrett. A few years ago, Myles Garrett was going to be out the league because he almost killed Mason Rudolph with his own helmet. Just to tell you how bad Madden ratings are, don't get your panties in a bunch. Madden 23 has these ratings for these 2 receivers. Chase at 87, and Cooper at 90. Something ain't right. Who's doing the ratings here? Who is the whiz kid who put this together? So don't get too bent out of shape over Madden ratings. As Flavor Flav once said, don't believe the hype. Mike G said TJ Watt doesn't seem to cause as much commotion as Garrett and Bosa. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking TJ got a little love from EA Sports. TJ might have went down there and was the green screen model for EA Sports. I remember we did that way back in the day when I was in arena football. We went down to Redwood City and we did some testing for Madden. All right, so we in 2 cents. All right, here's one. This one jumped out at me a little bit. Talking about stats and how sometimes stats lie. We're talking about Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook at age 34 and age 33. Westbrook, more points. Westbrook, more rebounds. Westbrook, more assists. Westbrook, more steals. Westbrook, more blocks. But who's more successful? People lie. Stats don't lie. But they do tell a story that can be told different ways. Stats help us put context in perspective. Whose career would you take? Curry's 4 rings or Westbrook's stats? I think it's going to be a resounding rings. Steph Curry is going to go down as one of the best shooters ever, if not point guard ever. Westbrook is on the hot seat and needs to have a redemption year. I believe we heard LeBron, AD, and Russ had a phone conversation about trying to make this work. If they can make it work, as I was wrong about it last year, Lakers in 4. And I ain't going out that far this year. They ain't going to be Lakers. It's still the Warriors right now. If the Warriors lose a few pieces, I believe they lost Gary Payton Jr. and then they lost a couple bench players, but they did not lose their core. The Warriors still the team to beat out west. The Bucks in the East when they are healthy. Hallelujah. All right. Miss Mac is saying Steph is better than Russie. Is that what that means, Miss Mac? Russie. All right, here go one. Man, number 35 is hella weak. How did he get on the team? The mom of number 35. We're talking about it earlier. Somebody gonna call your kid trash. How you respond? This mom turned around, got her Karen on. My son's number 35. Your son is trash. You know how uncomfortable it is when you're talking about a player and their parent is sitting next to you? So AAU parents, high school parents, watch who you talking about, because their mom might be sitting in front of you and give you that stanky eye. Had an opportunity to go to Vegas this week for my vacation. Took my wife, wanted to take my son to see Michael Jackson's One, Cirque du Soleil. Awesome, awesome show. And y'all know me, there's no cell phones allowed, but y'all know me. I took some video anyway. Not sure if it's gonna play. but we was in there and Michael Jackson was rocking. My son had on his Michael Jackson shirt. Hey, if you ain't get a chance to see that, now make sure you get a discount, because them prices get up. They get up there. Talking about transfers. This is my 2 cents. Did you know 58 of the 131 projected FBS Football Bowl Series teams, 58 are transfers. 58. That's almost half of every starter in college football in the big conferences. That's crazy. Miss Max said, cut it now. Am I going to get shut down? I do not own the rights to that music. I probably shouldn't have filmed, but they were shutting down people with their cell phones out the whole time. I'm laughing. She didn't catch me. I'm slick. I got more footage too, and they can't get my phone from me. Look at all these transfers, man. We are living in a generation where kids are allowed to leave the situation, hoping for greener pastures. Stop talking about it. What they gonna do, Miss Mac? What they gonna do? Shut down the stream? That's okay. I've been shut down before. I'll be quiet, but when they leave, I'll be talking again. This guy on the plane. Hygiene is so important. This guy on the plane, sitting in front of my son, little bruh, had on some and1 mixtape slides, some camouflage pants, had the longest ring finger I've seen in a long time. He was kind of funny style. But when I saw that dirty ring finger on his right hand, I said, somebody either snorts coke or somebody is doing something foul if it ain't coke. I said, look at that fingernail. Yuck. Brother Jay says, yuck. Don't let that be you, man. Don't have that long nail. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. So Transferpalooza, I saw a post that if Ridley is out of football for gambling on football, then Deshaun Watson should be out of football for freaky deaky massage sessions. And I'm thinking apples and oranges. They're not the same. Like Generation X people and millennials, we're not the same. We don't have the same experiences. Ridley gambled on football. Watson allegedly, from 60 different women, 23 or 30 came out. But if he had 60 different massage therapists in a 90-day period, they were all freaky deaky. And 23 came forward, 30 of them been paid off by the Houston Texans. Not the same. Not the same. I believe Deshaun Watson should be suspended, if they're going to suspend him at all, 4 to 6 games. He has not been convicted of anything. He has been proven to do some freaky deaky stuff in the massage session. Ladies, if you have Deshaun Watson on your schedule, understand it's going to be some freaky deaky advances. He ain't gonna rape you. He ain't gonna do anything you don't want to do. He just freaky deaky like that. Ice-T needs his butt whooped. I'll go to Kane to get some chicken tenders. I'll go to get some sweet tea. Who I see? Ice-T. Smiling, cheesing, sweet tea, fresh brew. Come on, man. That's not gangster. Come on, 6 in the morning. Come on, Hustler, New Jack Hustler. Come on, man. All right, man. I'm watching Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the scene, if you ain't watched it, shame on you. The scene where young Obi-Wan has to destroy Anakin. Cut his legs off, cut his arms off. I'm with you, Miss Mackey. Should not be suspended, but they're going to suspend him. It should be minimal. It should not be no 8-10 games. He did not break the law. He's being brought to civil court. So the NFL don't want no black eyes from the female fan base who says the NFL did nothing. The NFL has to do something to appease that fan base. Ms. Mack said he should not be suspended. He is not the only freak in the NFL. We know this. And if he was never disgruntled and wanted to leave Houston, we would have never heard about the freaky dicky Deshaun Watson past or alter ego. Would have never known about it. Would have never came out. Would have been forever his thing. Same as AB in Pittsburgh. Would have never known he was a deranged lunatic who will blow up on a whim. We didn't know that while he was in Pittsburgh. We just knew he was kind of rough around the edges. We just thought, he's a little bit wild. Now we see he's more than wild. AB is off the chain. Still one of the best receivers in the NFL. Top 5 when he's on. I believe he'll play again, even after what he did in Tampa Bay. Leaving the field, taking his stuff off and dancing, running off the field with a hurt ankle supposedly. Hey, man. Ms. Mack said she had no issues with Ice-T. Make that money. I hear you. But does Ice-T drink sweet tea? My daughter once told me it's only selling out if you're doing something that you would not do other than doing it for the money. Now, some people, okay, I believe Snoop Dogg don't drink Corona beer, but he's sure slanging it, living the fine life, baby. Is that selling out? A little bit. Snoop gonna get his money, though, regardless. He don't care what you're talking about. Snoop gonna slang Corona beer. Snoop gonna slang Martha Stewart recipes. Snoop don't care. Snoop gonna get that money. And he wants $250,000 for an appearance on the song. And another $250,000 to be in the video. He ain't messing around. B. Henry said you would have found out about AB. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are airtight, man. Ben Roethlisberger been tight. And we know he got some shady activity. AB. Questionable activity. It would have came out, he says. Who does not drink iced tea? You might be right. Ice-T might drink iced tea. Does Ice-T eat Cane's chicken wings or chicken tenders? That's the key. All right. Hardest villain. Darth Vader, Thanos, or Clubber Lang. There's my 3 choices. Who's hardest? Darth Vader, Thanos, or Clubber Lang. I know somebody's gonna say Joker or whoever else is a villain. I'm thinking about hardest. Remember the Ice Cube lyric? He was about as hard as Darth Vader. Darth Vader got his helmet, and I got chills watching Obi-Wan Kenobi. They shined up that Darth Vader helmet so nice. They put on his asthma sound effects. I said, man, who's harder than Darth Vader? Thanos was hard. He punched the gamma radiation out of the Hulk. Clubber Lang was hard. from the mean streets of Chicago. Had some of the best one-liners. Darth Vader, says Deacon Hill. Darth Vader is the hardest. Clubber Lang. Come here, woman. Or he said, hey, woman. Hey, woman. I know you get lonely at night because you ain't got a real man. Why don't you come around my place and I'll show you a real man. He said, get out my face, Creed. Don't turn your back on me, sucker. Clubber Lang was hard. But I gotta go with Darth Vader, man. Starched up khakis and Chuck Taylors. About as hard as Darth Vader. Man, we gotta give Ice Cube his props, man. Ice Cube got them hidden bars that you have to go back and look at, and it's like, oh snap. Starched up khakis and Chuck Taylors. Deacon said he was eerie. Boy couldn't breathe. That's how hard he was. B. Henry said it's Thanos. It's hard not to go with Thanos, man. Thanos was hard. He'll beat you up and he'll snap his finger and make it so you never existed. He did not care. He wanted that balance in the universe. His adopted daughter asked him, did you get what you wanted? What did it cost? He had the courage to tell her everything. You gonna make me watch the Endgame, man. You about to have me watch the Endgame tonight. Thanos was hard, man. It's up there, man. Thanos, Darth, and Clubber Lang for me. Darth Vader was hard, but he was beatable. He was slow, couldn't breathe, had no stamina. He only had one move. Zoom, zoom. He only had one move. Thanos, he got that glove, unstoppable. But then when Thor cut his head off, I guess he was beatable. Clubber Lang got beat by 5'8" Rocky Balboa in a rematch because he killed his manager. He was mad about that and got outboxed. I'm gonna have to go with Thanos, man. I'm gonna have to agree with B. Henry. Yeah, he got asthma. You can't be hard if you can't breathe. You show up with that nice shiny helmet on, but you can't run, you can't breathe. You can do some force with your hand. You can point to somebody and take their breath away. But you still got whooped by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker. When you had legs, you got whooped by Obi-Wan, and when you had your mechanical arms and mechanical legs, you got whooped by Luke Skywalker and said, Luke, I am your father. That was kind of hard. But he had to say it in between breaths. Miss Max said her first Halloween costume was Darth Vader. That's interesting. Can't be no gangster with no inhaler. Where city you from? Hold on. You can't do it. All right, my sports flicks, man. I checked out Giannis's movie Rise on Disney Plus. Even though I knew pretty much what was going to happen, because I kind of know Giannis's story. Oh, I picked the wrong one. That one's in Spanish. Give me one that's in English. I gotta put Rise Giannis. And I believe the caption says, a king will come from across the sea. A king will come from across the sea. I must admit, I had to hold back tears. Watching Giannis's movie Rise, I tear up just a little bit. Just a little bit. The triumph, how them boys hustled, how them boys didn't have what they needed, but their parents made a way. It's a classic story of coming up from nothing. Rise on Disney Plus. The Giannis Antetokounmpo, Thanos, Alex, all of them Antetokounmpo brothers, and that isn't even their last name. That's the last name that was put on their passports, their visas. But if you watch the movie, you'll find out what their real last name is. My old school homie, Bill Barker in the house. What up, bro? Hey, bro. What is good with ya? Brandon said it's allergies. Can't be hard with allergies. Can't be the hardest villain in the history of movies with allergies. We're scared on you. We're scared of you upon sight. But then when we see you can't breathe, I ain't scared no more. I know who you are. All right, man. That's my show. Real quick. In and out. Actually, it took a long. I think I've been on for an hour. Time for me going here and grab something to eat. Once again, we lost a Bruin brother. Gary Walton passed away a few weeks ago. And we're trying to figure out when the services are. I believe we have a date and time. It looks like Jimmy Mack posted. It will be August 17th at Mission Bay Park Facilities in San Diego. So if you knew Gary Walton, our teammate from the 90s UCLA football teams, his service is set. And we want to make sure people know about it. We got to get UCLA's football page to post it. My good friend Michelle E. sent me this announcement from Jimmy Mack. Mission Bay Park Facilities for our boy Gary Walton. A reminder, take care of yourself. Go get checked up. Go to the doctor. Don't be like me, waiting and waiting and waiting. I got to get myself an appointment myself. My sports talk group, my college group, we've all made a dedication to go to the doctor and get checked up and get our bodies right so we don't end up leaving here too soon. Gary was way too young. He's 50. He has a young son, Gregory. We're going to all look out for Gregory. Rest in peace, G. Walt. For those who didn't know, he died of a heart attack. So we must take heed to any of the signs we might have. High blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, trouble breathing. If you had COVID, how you breathe, how you're sleeping at night, all those things can be signs that you need to go get checked up to see what that is. All right. I got out the pool this evening. I tried out my new Bone Conductor headphones for swimming. You put them on and they sit on your temple, not in your ear. They sit on your temple and you can swim with them. I am vouching. I am co-signing. I am approving this message. Bone Conductor earphones are the business for us swimmers. If you swim, these are the business. I don't think the name brand really matters. They're all the same on Amazon. This is what I bought on Amazon Day when everything was discounted. I believe my good friend Byron and Milana was asking, what did you buy on Amazon when you didn't even need it? I said, I needed some new goggles and some new swimming headphones since I lost my last pair. Get you some of these. Miss Mac, when am I going? I have not made my appointment. I just got back from vacation. I'm going to look into that tomorrow. I'm going to make my appointment this week. Now I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm one of them guys who don't go. I'm going to go. Miss Mac, Jimmy Mac, My mom, my wife have all been telling me go. Now my boys from college are telling me go. My good friend Josh Johnson, Philip Ward, man, go to the doctor and see what's going on. All right, man, I'm gonna go take it out, take a look under the hood and see what's going on. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy. I will see y'all Friday on 1585. Me and Jimmy Mac. Hopefully we can get on. I'm not sure what's going on. We haven't been on for the last 2 weeks. We've been busy. I've been out of town. Just got back in the saddle. Appreciate y'all hanging with your boy. Make sure you share if you are on Twitter, if you are on Twitch. Comment if you are on YouTube. Holla at your boy. If you're on Facebook, like, comment, and I appreciate you coming on. Open mic night every Tuesday. You want to hop on the show? I'll put the link in the chat and you can hop on the show and we can see you and listen to your takes. I did not produce a show tonight. Just hopped on real quick. Just got home from football practice and everything. My son had double duty. He had basketball and football today. So we were tied up. And I had to get my swim in. So I had to do all those things. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all be good. May y'all continue to bless you. I said that a few weeks ago. I know, Miss Mac. I know. But vacation came up. You don't do nothing on vacation. I'm going to get it done. Y'all be good. I'll let y'all next time. Peace out. And I got insurance. I'm just tripping. I just don't want to go like a bad kid.